quick thing before we get started. I just want to give a shout out to you guys for making it 25.
Yeah.
And just like pulling through, being consistent, dedicated to just pulling on the episodes, and just trusting me, allowing me to come in here and do this. So I appreciate
you.
I actually got something for you guys. So
come on, man.
Shit.
yeah.
Let's go.
Oh man, that's dope.
Oh, bro, this is dope.
Oh
Thanks,
man.
Albie. Appreciate you, bro.
Yep,
This is
yep.
big time.
Appreciate you guys for.
Oh man,
I'm
that's so
I'm
cool.
rocking this, bro. We'll have to take a picture after this, dude.
Oh my
Yeah.
god, thank you,
Yeah.
brother.
Yep.
Man, that's amazing, brother.
Shit, do you want us to put this on for the episode?
It's totally up to you guys.
Do it.
We should.
Yeah, let's do
I'm
it.
down. I'll do that shit.
Yeah,
Heck yeah.
I love it.
Appreciate it.
Yeah,
We're rocking it. We're not gonna have episode 25 on there and not wear it when we're shooting episode
I know,
25.
man. It's a nice t-shirt, too.
Yeah.
It's comfy.
Thank you, dude. That means a lot, dude.
Yeah, you're welcome.
All right.
Well, let's kick this
You
thing
ready?
off. Yeah, let's do it. Yo, what's up, guys? This is the Seed Time and Harvest Podcast. We're at episode 25, my friend.
Damn.
We were talking about today, what lesson are you present to? And really what that means, man, is kind of like what keeps coming up for you in your life. Like one thing I've learned kind of over the past 2 years is to start paying attention to what...
Stress.
Well, and we can
No,
dive into that. Like,
I know.
what's it actually teaching you? But like, for anyone listening or watching this,
Yeah.
it's kind of like what keeps coming up in your life because it's trying to teach you something. And so, this podcast is to help you be 1% better every single day.
Mm-hmm.
For me, that means just get a little bit better. It doesn't mean, I got to conquer the world every single day. I'm going to have great days. I'm going to have mediocre days, but I'm going to keep moving forward. Sometimes just getting out of bed is that 1% and focus on the process, not the result, which is one of the biggest lessons I've learned in my life. Because when you focus on the outcome, that's frustrating because you just see the gap of where you are to where you want to get to. That's where goals can be like detrimental.
Oh, yeah.
And so
Oh, yeah.
we hope to inspire you guys to just focus on that 1%. We're at episode 25. We've committed to the 1% with this of just showing up
our man
and doing
Albie.
this. Shout out to Albie.
Yep.
Appreciate you, dude. These are awesome t-shirts.
Thank you,
got
brother.
got some swag.
Yeah.
To start, throwing them up on the website or something. Yeah. My mom will order one.
Yeah, mine too.
Yeah.
My mom wouldn't even order one. She'd be like, just get me one.
Yeah. Can I just have one for free? So,
Yeah.
But man, the lesson I'm really present to right now is kind of been a year long of this of like slow down to speed up.
Yep.
And we've talked about this. Like I feel like everything that's gotten me to 41 years old, like isn't working anymore. And it's not even like working smarter versus harder. It's just
You're
like,
talking about all of it too, like
Yeah.
workouts,
yeah.
habits, work,
Yep. I mean, like
mindset.
I would always just power through and muscle through whatever.
Yep.
And that led to a lot of burnout, And so the first half of this year, I'm not scared to talk about, like, I've had a challenging year, in real estate. Like, I am behind where I was last year, and yet I'm at a place where my expenses are a little bit further, And the thing I've really had to think about was, like, I didn't keep the same level of consistency because I wasn't resting. It's kind of like I was just going to the gym 7 days a week, hitting 3-hour workouts
Just
every
waiting
day.
to get injured.
Yeah, and so then I got injured, metaphorically speaking, where like I just kind of like, oh, I don't want to do this anymore because like I wasn't slowing down, and I've realized like I don't have a destination. Like I've had this thought my whole life of like, once I'm a millionaire, or once I'm worth 10 million, or 100 million, or like this arbitrary number. It's not even like a real number. It's not like I have a set
Or
I have
like
to
a
make-
specific plan of how
Yeah.
you're saving to get to those numbers or
Yeah.
whatever. It's just more of just this thought, this cloud, huh? Like
Totally.
once I get there.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
just, and it's been this arbitrary like there isn't a place,
Mm-hmm.
but I've always thought when I get there, then I'll be able to take the vacations and relax and all this stuff, and like
Then I'll
enjoy
donate
life.
to charity.
Yeah,
Then I'll do, yeah.
exactly. And when I was playing football, it was like when I get to the NFL. But if I had gotten to the NFL, I would have been like a league minimum guy. I would have made like 600 grand. But then you get taxed 40% on that, so you're really making like three something, upper threes. And then I would have bought a really nice car and had like nothing left over after that because I'm balling out at the clubs and
Yeah.
all that
Same shit.
stupidity. But my point with all that is that it's enjoying life now. Like, I'm never going to get these moments back with my
No,
kids.
no.
So taking time this morning and going to swim lesson as opposed to hustling into the office.
Yeah.
I got to go, babe. I got to go. All this stuff can wait.
Yeah.
It's gonna be fine.
Oh, dude, the
you know?
fucking work will always be there.
Yeah. And so that's the lesson I'm really present to is like, where else do I need to slow down? But when I slow down, it makes me that much more energized. This is the thing that I haven't realized and what I'm coming to. So when I slow down and chill, I enjoy my work that much more because I'm feeling more energized. I come with a better energy. It's not like I'm, here we go again. It's not like I'm pounding, coffee just to get here.
Right.
It's
or having to pep talk yourself to convince yourself to keep going.
Well, and I was talking about this
You're
yesterday.
motivated. You're just naturally motivated
Yeah,
to keep
like-
rolling because you've got the rest. You don't have the
Totally.
brain fog.
Like me and you, I think, are very similar in the fact that like no one's gonna really know we're feeling
We're
the way
down.
we're feeling because I'm really good at just like putting the mask on and sucking it up,
Yeah.
and I just don't want to have to live that way anymore.
Yeah.
Like I can, and there's definitely days when I have to do that, but I would rather feel
It
great.
gets hot. It gets real hot under that mask.
So, anyways, like that's what I'm really present to, bro.
Okay.
It just keeps coming up of like, okay, where else do I need to slow down? Where else do I need to be strategic as opposed to just working harder? Like, where do I need to sharpen my axe versus just like powering through?
you stay listening to great content. I mean, I know talking with you, you're always listening to a new book, always listening to a new podcast. I was listening to the Andy Huberman this morning, and on my drive into Lifetime, and I got no bullshit, like 2 hours of sleep last night. For just one reason or another, just didn't sleep at all, right?
Yeah.
And as I'm driving in there, and of course, it starts talking about rest. There's like the active rest, meditation, and then like straight up sleep and recovery.
Yeah.
And how all the studies, everything you're talking about right now, is like all the studies that they're finding out is like, holy shit, how important it is to actually slow down.
Yeah.
And we're wired to just grind, go. And you think about every influencer online, everybody, it's just like, even in Elon Musk, like you got to get to the office and you have to work tirelessly
Yeah.
to go. And you're coming into this realization of yes and no, there's a balance. Go hard. But you can't go hard if you're burned out. You can't
Yeah.
go hard if you're depressed. You can't go hard if you're faking it. Go hard, you can do it for a little while,
Yeah.
but you're going to get injured because you're going,
Yeah.
right? And so that's interesting. And I know that. So yeah, you're taking Monday with your family. You're taking more time. You're going on hikes.
Yeah.
I see you doing more for your life. That is going to inevitably end up being your
Yeah.
business it's going to come full circle. Because you're clear, you're talking faster. When you're on, you're on.
Yeah.
And so I mean, I know that's been coming up for you because we've talked about it a lot.
Yeah.
And we will. And I've said this before to you, and I'll say it again to any dad too that's listening, and anyone really. Like right now, I feel richer than I've ever felt in my life, and it's not money at all. Right, like. The financial side is an endless pursuit depending on what your goals
Yeah.
are. Like you're never going to stop pursuing this, right? Like some years, I mean, you look at like the real greats, like the Warren Buffetts and the people that have really fucking made it. A lot of them really hit it 15, 20, 25 years into something because they put that time in and they went through all the grief and the fucking ups and downs and the stress and depress and the lawyer and and then at the very end it's just like, oh man, you made it.
Yeah.
You made it. No one ever really gets this far, dude. You're all by yourself. Here you go. Here's the bag. And you're like, whoa. It really is like that. I mean, and you have to stay, obviously be strategic and be with the right people and be in an industry that you can actually do well in and scale and make money, blah, blah, blah. But you just have to keep going. And what I'm trying to say is like, there are some people that don't have very much money, but are living, so they're so much happier than us because they've figured out the way to stay present in life, to rest, to go on hikes, fucking kayak out on some Saturday,
Yeah.
and go camping. sacrifice the time and the money and take the time out. Family's going. We're going up the hill. We're gonna sleep outside and be in nature. And guys like us specifically think that we can't do that. Can't afford it.
Yeah.
Can't go to this. Can't do that. I don't have time. I got clients. I have this. Whether it be money or work, we think it can't be done until you just do it, and then you're like, oh shit.
Yeah.
That was pretty easy.
Like your life starts to adjust to it. Like what I heard someone say once, you know exactly what you value by where you spend your time and your money. Mm-hmm. Like I can look at your bank account and know who you are.
Yeah.
I'm like, that's kind of scary.
It is.
And it's just like what you have.
Yeah.
And it's just, I was thinking the other day, I've got a great truck I drive. We live in a beautiful home.
Yeah.
I've got more stuff than I've ever had.
Right.
I had this moment, I was in my basement just working out and I was like, has any of this made me happier? I mean, like, I appreciate it more. It's much nicer to drive a vehicle that operates really well than one that's got like the brakes falling off. And I've been there, like rattling every time you start it.
We all have, yeah.
So that's like definitely like much better. But like, it's really like the little moments, like with my kids, like my son, like, I wake up, I'm a morning, I used to have like a 2-hour morning routine I did every single day. And it was like clockwork, like down to the minute almost. And I still have bits and pieces of that I'm like letting go of. And so I'm doing my Bible reading this morning and I'm sitting there and I do my apple cider vinegar and my baking soda and then I do all this stuff, like I'm like on clockwork though.
Right.
I know you are too.
Yeah, yeah.
And my son gets up early this morning, but it's like, that's the time I'm supposed to be with him and be present with him.
Yeah.
Because there's something I need to learn in that moment. As
that
opposed
you'll
to
never
like,
get back.
yeah, as opposed
You'll
to like,
never
no,
get
I'm,
that
I'm
back.
good. Let me read here. Like, I will remember that forever.
Mm-hmm.
And what damage would I potentially do to him if I
man,
like
it's
reject him in that?
unspeakable.
And now I have 3 kids and I see them kind of fighting for my attention.
Oh, yeah.
So it's like, and I know you know this.
Oh, yeah.
It's like, how do you balance this now? And so, man, it's never ending.
Dude, and wifey too, and that's what's so funny about of all of this, right?
Yeah.
And it's like, God, we could go down to so many different rabbit holes with this for anyone that's listening, that whether you're married with a family and trying to juggle this and be a successful man, or woman, you're a provider and you're out grinding as well, right? Like, it is so hard to stay healthy, be a present husband, be a present father, right? It bring joy all the time, not be caught up and let work just destroy you or just our own thoughts. Just enter that. And I mean, I can be going, and the mental side of me, I can be hitting all these and just be sitting there and go into like a bad thought of like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
And it could be a financial thought. It could be something about my, past. It could be something about like some mistake I made. It could be, something at work, something an agent said to me. And it has the power to like infiltrate my entire like present situation. Dinner conversation, my son talking to me like, Dad. And I'm like, oh, I'm sorry, bro. I was thinking about something like so like not even important. I'm so sorry. And I've been having to say, dude, I'm sorry. What I was just thinking about is definitely not more important than what you were saying. What are you saying?
Yeah.
And I've started to see his frustrations. Like, he's even said shit to me like, you never listen. And I'm like, yes, I do. And he's like, no. And I do listen to him, but I always feel preoccupied.
You're listening, but you're here.
Yes.
Or
So you're not really listening. So I can't, dude, I resonate with everything you're saying. And I feel like as a husband, father, business entrepreneur, and with the goals that we have, these fucking just monster goals to like leave a legacy, there's an enormous amount of pressure on us, on ourselves, that we put on ourselves. The world's not putting it on, but we're putting the pressure on ourselves. And it's like, it's interesting because you have to be okay with where you are. And sometimes you're not where you need to be.
Dude.
and I really like that the video we watched in leadership, like the not yet. It's very, very relevant. It's a corny ass video.
Yeah.
Very, very relevant. Like, and today's society will fuck you up because it's, dude, the people posting and making money and making moves are younger than us.
Yeah.
Significantly younger than us, right? And they're making real dough. But what we're only seeing the ones doing it. We're not seeing this massive population of people that are never going to do well.
Yeah.
And with what I was wanting to talk to you about is, like, we're in our coach's corner the other day for our real estate team, and going through everyone's mid-year and the goals, everyone's goals, where they're at, and everyone put up these big numbers, including me. I just didn't have it on the paper,
Yeah.
right? Different numbers for me, different things for me, and not one person in the room, in my opinion, was at where they wanted to be. Not me, not you. Pete might be maybe the closest, but guess what's happening to Pete? He's burning out. He's wanting to hit the brakes and be like, "Fuck, dude,
Yeah.
I'm gassed." You
Yeah.
know, I've been running. I'm running this marathon. I'm kind of running in front of everyone, and everyone's kind of like catching him, whether it be mindset, health. Like he he might have gotten here in units, but now he's getting drained in other sides of his life.
Yeah.
Right. And so I talked to him about that. Shout out to Pete. I love him to death. And so it's like everyone's going through this battle, and I've really been trying to figure out in leadership, how do I have a conversation with you, with Pete, with Mikey, with Isaac, and a few others in the office, and go, wow, these people want to leave legacies. And it's not even a monetary legacy. This is like we want to change as many lives as possible, right?
Yeah.
And obviously we think about the money, but it's not what drive. Like, I don't feel like money is what drives you and I to every single thing. I feel like you and I don't really think about money until we look over and there's not enough.
Yeah.
Like, oh shit, how did that happen, dude? I've got tens of thousands of dollars worth of bills coming in. Then you and I start thinking about money when for some reason there was a lull in commission or distributions that it wasn't enough. Then we think about it. Other than that, we're pretty much tunnel vision on just going forward.
Yeah.
I feel like we're not just constantly crunching finances.
People say like, "Oh, I'm not money motivated."
Everyone's
I'm
money motivated.
I'm very money motivated
Yeah.
because I'm not chasing a number. I'm chasing what it can do.
Right.
Which to me is freedom.
Right.
So go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, dude.
Yeah.
I mean, and what's so interesting about this younger generation coming in here is it's almost terrifying. Right? Like, they don't, and this isn't to diss anyone, this is just facts. They don't know how to communicate very well, so they hide behind text messages on everything. Right? Confrontation is not even a big deal. None of them have been in a fist fight or a serious altercation where they thought their life was, there's just certain things that you and I growing up that we experienced that really mold you of who you are as a person, how you handle stress, how you react to certain things. And the kids, like the 20-something-year-olds, depending on where they grew up, and I would say 90+% of them come from kind of like, I've never really had a real job. I've never really experienced serious adversity.
Yeah.
I've never been put in an uncomfortable situation where I had to navigate my way out or work my way out, or I needed this tenacious, I needed to fight through here. I needed to rip and claw, or else no, because mom and dad always came through and made it easy for them. Everyone has made their lives easier. This specific generation, if you're, 21 to probably late 20s right now, whoever's in your 20s right now, unless you just have it, you're really struggling with what it is, because you get these goals, you put these big ambitious goals down on a piece of paper, and then halfway through the year, look, and you're like, I'm not halfway there, and the reason why I'm not going to do that is because I'm actually pretty good where I'm at right now. Whereas you and I are in that room, we're sick to our stomach. We're literally sick. We're trying to figure out how to finish the year out and how to scale and how to grow and what happened. Why is this year slower than that? We should be bigger. Everyone's doing more. We're sitting here freaking out. We're 90% of not just B1. The fucking culture is just good.
Yeah.
Because they don't have to go get it, dude. They can call mom.
Yeah.
I'm serious. They can call mom and dad. Oh man, I missed my rent. How much do you need? 1,000? It's just Venmo'd over or Zelled over.
Yeah.
Dude, it's that does not, you see the room. And what I'm trying to do as a leader and as an owner of the organization is how I've been driving everyone to try to look at what the opportunity, you can make $1 million a year. you got to go hard, and you're gonna trip and fall. Even on the journey to $1 million, you're gonna fall. Whether you're 2, 3, 4, 5 years in, what year is it? Because in real estate, it just takes that one. Poof.
Yeah.
You just pop in, dude. You got a lot with 7 homes on it here that all popped off. You've got a couple luxury buyers over here that finally popped off. That listing that's been sitting pops off. Some Zillow pops off $1 million.
Yeah.
You're like, holy fuck. That didn't even feel that hard. Well, but the journey, that's what it was. And dude, I don't know if these kids can do it.
Yeah.
I don't know if they can do it. But I'm not even mad about it, and neither are they. They're good. That's what's changed, shifted in our industry.
Do you think?
Don't you think? Or am I off here?
So, a couple thoughts on this. Like going back to the goals and everything. I look at my goals, and I'm in this tension right now of like, my natural self would go back to the grind. I'm going to work 20 hours a day, 8 days a week, and I'm going to make this happen, as opposed to like trusting that it's going to happen. That's my tension right now. Like, I know this is coming. I know like I'm going to have a $200,000 month here real soon.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It'll be like, oh yeah, no big deal.
Bam.
So like that's my thought process, and like my lesson I'm learning is like that trust piece, as opposed to going back to my old pattern of like
Trusting the process, trusting your
correct,
faith.
like knowing it's coming, like God is gonna provide. Like, so for me, taking authority over that stuff, removing the doubt, rebuking that, getting that out, you don't have any place in here, and keeping my mind renewed. That's my pattern.
Yeah,
my
but explain it to whoever's listening,
Yeah.
because you say this, and a lot of people will get confused with what you just said.
Yeah.
Is like all you got to do is sit back and pray, and that's not it. Like so explain
it's-
that a little bit when you're talking about like rebuking it and praying on this and trusting God. But what are the behind the scenes? What are you doing to ensure?
Yeah, great question.
That also God trusts you
Totally.
because it's a
Yep. Like, what does it
it's
say?
a
Like,
relationship.
seek first the kingdom,
Yeah.
and all these things will be added unto
Yep.
you.
Yep.
So it doesn't mean like you're missing anything. It's
Yep.
like you just get an upgrade.
Right.
You get an upgrade. But what does it say? Seek first the kingdom. So therefore, it says the kingdom of God is peace, love, and joy. So if there's things that come against me that aren't that, then I need to take my authority and get rid of that. So for example, I've said I've never been, on the streets with a needle in my arm. Or I've never been an alcoholic, and I end up in freaking Boulder and I don't know how I got there. You know what I mean? But I've got a PhD in fear and comparison, where Alex has this and this and this and this never ending, track is going in my head. And so for me, when those fears come up, when that doubt comes up, man, he has not given me a spirit of fear, but a power and a love and a sound mind. And I've said that so many times, dude. And then literally taking my wheel of my brain and stopping it from going down that rabbit hole and spinning faster, go and say, no, here's what I have. Here's the vision that God's given me. I want to focus on this. And for me, that's like seeing my family with a beautiful home. But the feeling of it isn't with the home. It's just the feeling I have of peace and joy. And I don't feel stress. I've lived with financial stress for literally years. My whole life, I can't imagine. I don't remember a time when I didn't feel that.
Yep.
And it's
Me
I'm
either.
fighting this in order to set up my kids and their kids and their kids.
Right.
So for me, success isn't hitting that number anymore. It's when my great carrying kids say, man, I heard about my Papa Nate. He told me this. He told my dad this, and my dad told it. That's to me is legacy. Inheritance is what you leave to someone. Legacy is what you leave in someone. And that stays. So the legacy of trusting God as opposed to trusting in myself. So that to me is the work I do every single day. So when I get back to, for example, when I feel that fear, I would fight that fear with just working, but it was working out of stress. It was working, from a fear place as opposed to no, this is just who I am. And so the work for me is to rebuke that, focus on what I know I'm meant to have, and then work from a place of rest. So if that place of rest to me isn't working 20 hours a day, it's working 5 hours a day. But I do that 6-7 days a week. Not 7 days a week anymore because I'm resting on Mondays. So I hope that answers your question and gives you a snapshot of what it looks like for me.
Well, because there's a huge trend right now, right? That is wake up early, get in the cold, right? For a lot of, I mean, there's a lot of physical thing, and I'm
Yeah.
gonna loop this all into what you're just saying, because it's now trendy to pray. Mm-hmm. And the reason why it's becoming trendy to pray, because people think that they can hack into reading the Bible, scripture, prayer, and it's going to open a door to be successful, which is true, with intention of seeking the kingdom of
all
God
about
and Jesus.
what
right?
your intention is.
What's your
Yeah.
intention? Like, for the people that think that they can do this, just saying like, I'm doing this so that you can see me. Mm-hmm. Well, there's a lot of truth to that too. With my own
Yeah.
pursuit to God, is I want to find God before God finds me. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't want to die before I find God, or whatever. Right? Like, I'm in this pursuit, and a very conscious pursuit of my faith and trying to figure this out. And it's okay to be vulnerable with where you're at with it. But it's so trendy to go surrender to God and pray and put it in God's hands, and everything will come to you, and you will live this abundant lifestyle.
Yeah.
But we're a lot of people are praying like that and putting this faith in a 1-bedroom apartment with a hourly wage job that works for somebody that doesn't respect them, or married to someone that doesn't treat them well, and they're in these like horrific lifestyles, and thinking that God is just going to come take them out of there with a winning lottery ticket or something. And there's even a lot of people in our office that probably pray for like the big Zillow lead to come in, that pull up to the house and like, let this be the one that changes. And it's a $3 million lead, and like, let it just be the easiest thing that ever. And dude, and I've prayed for deals. Like, when I pulled up, like, let this person be kind. Let them just want this house, right?
Yeah.
I need it. They need it. They want, like, I've tried all the stuff, right?
Yeah.
And it's like, but what's funny about all this is what people don't see about what you're saying about surrendering is the real work that's going into it. A lot of people pray and manifest, but don't actually put the work in or make the changes. They don't get sober. They don't go to take care of their body. They don't stop watching porn. They don't stop, eating like shit.
Yeah.
They don't stop binge watching Netflix. They don't stop cheating on their girlfriend or fucking random people or doing stuff. They don't stop doing cocaine at the parties. They don't. All the demonic forces that are keeping most people down, they don't stop doing that stuff. Like, you have to make radical fucking changes.
Yeah.
Dude, I stopped doing Zins.
Yeah. Proud of you, dude.
And you know why? Because I was like, I just kept having this feeling like, oh, you think you have that over me, and you like having that over me. I'm talking to to know that I can still have an addiction, and I couldn't kick it, even knowing, like, why do I still need to put a Zin in? And even I would even feel sick,
Yeah.
with them in, and I would still fucking do it.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I'm done. And I felt like it was because of like those darker fucking demonic forces that are just constantly poke you and whisper at you every day about you're weak. You're never going to do this. You'll never be a millionaire. You should be here. You shouldn't be there. Here, take a Zin. Here, you want a beer. And you're just constantly like all day, like fighting those thoughts. Like, I feel like people don't understand that the steps that's where the be 1% better. You have to take these little steps, and they're exhausting.
So,
And you have to cut the head off of snakes.
yeah, bro.
You gotta stop. You can't be around
That's
certain
the work,
people.
dude.
You can't put certain thoughts in your head.
Yeah.
And people don't think, like, people are like, dude, it's okay, dude. It's one shot. Like, one shot leads to what?
Well,
You
what
do
does
a
it-
little, you're gonna do a lot.
What does it say? Seek first the kingdom and his righteousness. Like, if you want the blessing of God, there's rules you got to abide by. So like, if you're living wrong, he's like, man, that's a different language. I can't speak that.
I don't know
So
it.
I can't hang out with you, dude.
You gotta come. Yeah. Come to me when.
So like, you take
I'm
a
here.
step. It says, draw near to God, and he will draw near to you.
Yeah.
So like, you take the first step, and then he's like, hey, here's some more. And then it's like this dance.
Yeah.
That's where I feel like that's my
Me
relationship
too.
with God. It's like it's seed time and harvest.
Yeah,
So
it
it's
is.
a little seed, but as you start to get a little more, like, to me, that's the trust piece. Like, God's not going to bless you until you're trustworthy.
Yeah.
So like, how do you expect to have more finances if you don't show up to your work? That's where showing up to the office means something.
Yeah.
That's where showing up to every day, like you're going to take a $10 million lead.
Yep.
To me, that's a faith piece every day. Like I'm ready. So I'm expecting my phone to ring and go to
gonna come.
Cherry Hills and write a cash deal that same day.
That's what I'm trying. That's what
You
I'm
know?
getting at with this. Is
Yeah.
you're not just surrendering yourself
Correct.
because you're like, the big deal is going to come, but you keep showing up for your family and yourself every single day in that way and getting a little bit better every day. That's when the abundance comes. And that's why you can put the faith in it.
Totally. And that's where, like, growing up in the church, whether I was right or wrong, my perception of God was that just he was the savior. So I only needed God when I was really, really bad.
Like everyone.
Correct.
Everyone prays in the end. Everyone prays when they're
we're only
sick.
taught like God as like a salvation.
Yeah.
You know? But like, what about the kingdom piece? Like God's original plan was he wanted to hang out with us.
Yeah.
That's where we did what Adam and Eve did in the garden. He walked and talked with us every day. You know? And then we messed it up. We went way away. Then he had to send his son so that we could get right back into standing with him.
Yeah.
And then he became the path back to God. He said, you know, I'm your mediator. And so to me, that's like what life is all about. Like I've got to get back to my original design and hang out with God because he wants to spend time with me. But the way I live either opens that door or closes that door. That's why living a right life
that's
makes
so true,
sense.
man.
You know,
and
to
we
me, that's
all
the simplicity
know
of it.
Yes, dude.
Yeah.
But why do you think it's so hard? It's like because the reward of living as perfect of a life as you can, and it doesn't mean it's not this. I don't want to get it confused with like this like false kindness and I gave a homeless guy $10 today, and you're looking around hoping that like. God, like no, just
Pile
true,
of money falls on the sidewalk.
Yeah, you can't live, but like going through just the motions, and you can feel it once you start it, and it's, dude, but it's taken so much time for me. And what's so true, I believe this with my whole heart now, and that's why I can talk about it on a public platform, is that the like demonic forces are so fucking real. It's terrifying. It's terrifying that I lived a whole life of like succumbing to that, because the debauchery and the dark forces, man, they love you so good. They do. And it feels good.
Well, the reason hell is breaking loose for your life over the past couple of years is because you said, no, I'm not going down this road anymore.
That's what I mean.
Yeah.
And it is, and like
they wanna hang
waging
on.
war on me.
They're like, no, you're not leaving
now
outside.
it's all mental warfare because I've stopped the boozing. I don't party anymore. There's no women that can fuck with me anymore. You know, the porno's not in my life.
Yeah.
I don't gamble. I don't have a ton of extra money around to be like, let's fucking, you know what I mean? Like, it's just, I've had to go all into myself, my health, and my kids, and coming out of it. It wasn't even like a conscious pursuit of this. It was just like, man, the only way it was my kids and Elle, and like, it was really, you know, of like, I just need to be a better father. And through that journey became like, I just started seeing more and more and more, and then really just getting closer to you and talking to Gunnar and people just opening up more about God of like, oh my God, this has been in front of me my whole life. My grandmother preached this to me, and you start going, well, you're not supposed to drink. You're not supposed to sleep around. You're not supposed to do this. You're not supposed to say that. You're not supposed to think this. Becomes a reality if you think this. And you go, and we always just joke. A lot of us joke it off like, dude, you're such a, dude, don't be a, shut up, dude. It's fine. And we joke it because as men, and even women do it, like, dude, we're fine. Shut up.
Yeah.
We're just joking. But I have men around me now that remind me of that. Like, dude, don't joke about that. And I'm like, come on. He's like, no, dude. If you joke about that, it means you're thinking that. Don't think it, because then it literally can become real.
Yeah.
And I'm like, and I think on that. And you say this stuff to me. Mikey will say it. So I have men in my life now that it's like, wow, this is great. That's why I feel richer than I've ever felt. Like, no matter what happens, I'm around the people that I just want to be around forever.
Yeah.
Right? Like, and I just think that, like, for anyone listening, and this isn't about pushing God on anyone, but you're not going to live this abundant life. You will not live a life of abundance take God out of the equation, just to not push it on you, if you don't start changing your life. The sobriety, big. Your health and workouts, monstrous.
Yeah.
Focusing on your personal, professional development, like whatever you're reading or listening to, whether it's Bible verses or it's just great content about making you better, surrounding yourself with people, getting rid of fucking shitty relationships.
Yeah.
So you can't do that shit overnight, dude.
Yeah.
It takes years and years and years to figure this out.
Yeah.
And these billionaires and these influencers and these people making all this coin right now, dude, they're not living righteously.
Well, I've seen a whole rash of like fitness people, very fit, look like they're in shape, dying early.
Well, dude, it's because they're putting all this shit in their body.
Well, what if it's even deeper than that, bro? What if it's like they're doing all the things right, but they haven't come into like alignment with their spirit? They're still living with a lot of anger.
Well, a lot of them are
like I worked
sexualized.
out.
A lot of them are very sexualized.
I worked out of anger and the need to be good enough. Like my abs had to be better than yours. And it was a constant comparison. Blah blah. You know what I mean? As opposed to just like, no, I work out because I want to live a full life.
Yeah.
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 And that's where like I didn't work out this morning. I used to stress over that, bro.
I still stress and I miss a workout still.
And it wasn't like I'm gonna go get it tomorrow.
Yeah.
Probably go on a bike ride and do something else. Or maybe I'll go on a ride tonight. I don't know. But it's not being like so rigid with everything, because it's like a lot of that was based out of fear and the need to achieve, the need to be good enough.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. Well, going back to a point, I wanted to touch on this, like going back to the generational stuff.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I don't know if it's a product of our generation or if it's always been there. For me personally,
stronger, it's just getting a hold of us now.
I think we're just more aware of it, or we see it more. Plus, we're also surrounded by a lot of young people, And for me,
or technology sped it up.
I went and saw a listing last week. Shout out to Cody Wood, awesome dude, awesome agent. He's listing a home, beautiful home. I got a couple clients might be interested in it, and I was like, "How's your day?" And he's like, "Man, I was just door knocking in Corey Merrill." And I'm like, this dude works on his own. He's not with a team. Like, obviously he has it. Now, come to find out, he was a baseball player at West Virginia. I didn't know that. I played football at West Virginia. I think athletics gave me a lot of that. Gave me that work ethic. Like, I just remember as a young kid, like, I hated participation trophies. Like, I wanted to earn that. And was having lunch with a good buddy, Rich Reed, yesterday. Shout out to Rich, Reed Custom Homes. And, he was talking about how like he would love to create almost like a certification program for men in particular, because like we crave doing something hard. And also too, like me and you came from group fitness. Like you have a certain bond with your brothers, the people you like work out with, that you sweat with. I think there's a superpower in that.
100%.
And I heard a story about ancient Hawaiians where when they would have an argument, like there was two leaders of a tribe, they're about to go to war and kill each other. They would get the two leaders together. They'd sit them in a sauna for like 3 days. So it was just like a tent and they'd heat it. And I think it was like 500 or 700 years or a long amount of time, they only had one conflict end in battle because they were able to come to an agreement by sweating together. And I think that's might be what you're feeling a lot of, is those people haven't gone through that.
Yeah.
And so like, man, I'm thinking out loud here. Like I would love to be a part of either creating or like just putting together something where like you've got to achieve this physically and there's different levels to it. And as you get to, and it gives you something to train for.
You're hitting on something very special.
And it's like, what if that's like kind of what we're missing? Like we've got to go through, like there's obviously like we're in real estate, there's a commission side to things like that. But I've said from the get-go, like sales is a very spiritual practice, for lack of a better term. Like you've got to connect with that person before you ever sell them something.
Yep.
So if you're good at that, it doesn't matter what you're selling. If you're selling toilet paper or freaking Bentleys, like you're going to do it well.
Right.
So I don't know, man. Like what if that's like what this kind of generation is needing? They just maybe haven't gone through, or maybe it's just the people we're
and
around.
It's not just fitness. Like listening to you talk.
Because here's the mental.
Listening
like,
to you talk.
When you go through something physical, you expand the mental.
100%.
You know, like
dude.
getting under a squat bar and you're scared to death. You're like, I'm going to break my back. I'm going to blow my knees out. Like, I don't know. And then you suck up all of that negative talk and you just go for it and you send it and you hit a big squat like that builds a level of resiliency in you. And then you do it again. Then you do it again. And that's how you start at 135 and then you're squatting 405,
Dude,
you know? And that's why I think fitness is so important.
Well, have you ever, and I know you have, right? I know you've experienced this, and this is why you are who you are, and I have too, and so several people that we're close to in the office. But have you ever been like in more of an endurance type workout where you're like, whether it's sprints or you're doing like something where you're carrying something for a long time, or, you know, you're doing like, farmers carries, but you got to go like a half a mile or something, like something where it's just kind of, it's stupid.
Yeah.
Where you have to tread water for a certain amount of time, or a sauna workout that's like just dangerously uncomfortable. Like you could pass out and shit like that. Like, or something to where you are getting on the verge of like dangerous element of like exhaustion. Like, am I going to pass out? I don't feel good. Maybe I'll throw up.
Yeah.
Right. And there's something that happens when you can actually push that past that barrier, instead of like laying on your back and be like, I can't do anymore. But really, you could have gone for another 3 minutes before you were like that.
Yeah.
And you know, and I know because we've been doing it our whole life, when you quit too early and you're like, fuck.
Yeah.
And there's this level of like, you tapped too early. You lost. You got beat. You lost yourself too, which is crazy, and you go harder and harder and harder. But this is what you're talking about, and it's not. There's so many different variations and versions of this, whether it's just physical health and everything. But imagine what that's taught us. The how relentless we are with days that we just don't want to keep going, where you just go. It could be showing a home, could be making a phone call, could be just the kids asking you to go outside one more time and just like roll around, and you're like, fuck, I just want to sit on the couch. It's those things where your brain now has callus all over it, and your body does too, of like, no, you're good. You're good. You're good.
Yeah.
You've done way harder shit than this. That's why it's so good to get that hard stuff done in the morning. But I couldn't agree with you more that is exactly what this generation is missing, because a lot of them weren't athletes either. Think about how like the younger generation now coming in. There's some good athletes out there, but they're not like, you know, talk to Jeremy in here, dude. He's got a mindset. Why? College athlete. Pete, he takes coaching well.
Yep.
He knows when he's like, oh no, dude, I'm thinking
help.
like a bitch. I gotta keep, you know. He asks for help. Okay, good. Takes direction. Okay, boom. I'm gonna run hard. Mitch. Saying like, think about all the people that played sports, or even the women that have played volleyball and different things. They're different. And so how do we get the younger generation that didn't have like those great coaches and mentors and had to push through that extra last mile? And if you quit, you're fucking off this team. And you just push through something that a barrier in your mind, and that lasts forever. That's it's branded on you. Like you finished that mile in sub 6 minutes. When you were playing soccer, when you were 14 years old, because your coach said you were going to get kicked off the team if you didn't fucking sprint for 5.5 minutes.
I wonder if we created, I'm literally thinking out loud, a sales training course that had nothing to do with sales skills.
That's exactly what
handling objections and blah, blah,
fuck
blah.
All that, dude.
Everyone's had that. What if it was literally like a week-long boot camp?
Yeah.
Where you come in
to break you down
and you go out strong,
like a hell week.
Yeah, literally,
and not like to where
I'm thinking about like when I was playing football in West Virginia. Like, I know, right?
Just holding planks. Like,
yeah. But I mean, like, what if that was like the piece?
Maybe.
And then like that's the barrier of entry.
I absolutely feel like
you got to go through Hell Week. Yeah, go get your license, but you got to go through this if you want to join our team. You know, because if you do this, everyone else has been through this. Because I know I crave that. Like, going back to playing football in West Virginia, we had the hardest workout we ever did. They just posted it actually on the Instagram and it like took me back, dude. It was a hill, and so like the stadium's kind of like built into a hill.
You sent it to me.
I sent it to you.
Yes.
Okay. And so like the hill is called Law School Hill. It was like literally 45-degree angle, and the last like 30 yards of it went where you had to be on your hands and knees. I remember being a kid at games and it'd be raining like crazy because my dad used to take me and people would slide all the way down this hill on their ponchos and stuff like that. They're like flying, like absolutely. But we used to have to run it in the summers. And when I first got there, our strength coach only made us run it 4 times. And I remember doing that, be like, that was like the hardest thing I've ever done. Then we got a new strength coach. He made us run it the first time we got there. We had to run it, I think, twice. He made us run it 9 times. And that felt like, oh my gosh.
Up, down.
So we had, as a skill position, receivers, quarterbacks, running backs, DBs, we'd have 2 minutes and 30 seconds to get up and down. So the clock's starting. So if you get down in a minute 30, yeah, you got 60 seconds to chill. And then the lineman would just roll down the hill, literally. So we went from 9 to 15. And my strength coach, he didn't tell any of us like how many we were going to do. We get there the morning, like guys would be like, they wouldn't sleep the night before. They'd be so nervous because that's like what you were about to go through. It felt like going to war. Obviously, no one's going to die.
Physical warfare,
but it was
mental
like,
warfare.
You're like ready to shit your pants, literally, you know? And so we'd run it. And I remember after the 4th one, like you could run the first one, you run the second one, your legs are like smoked. Once you got to the 4th one, I'm like, I don't think I can get any more tired than this. And like you like check out mentally and like you kind of just like black out. But ran 15 of them, dude. And I remember thinking like at the end of it,
did you stop counting? You didn't even know. You didn't even know how far.
The whistle blows and you go.
Yeah.
You know? And I remember getting done with that and I was like, that wasn't my limit.
You could have gone more.
Yeah. I probably could have done 30 of them.
That's dog and shit. Like
totally.
He taps into that. Cameron Haynes.
The only 2 times I've ever puked from a workout in my life was those 2 times.
Really?
And it was like 45 minutes later, we're back in the locker room and I'm like, and let it go. But my point is like going through that kind of stuff
changes you. It's branded in you fucking forever, dude.
Yeah. And like I'm kind of chasing that still. Like
you want to feel it.
Yeah, like that's why I ran an ultra a couple years ago because it was like, let me see if I can do this over distance. Granted, like my training block was way too short. I had like 9 weeks going into it. That was stupid. And then it was 1,500 or what was it? 5,000 feet vertical, 15 miles coming right back down 5,000 feet, and my knees just gave out. Like I just couldn't do it, you know. But point is like finding stuff that pushes you. Man, and I'm thinking about that in terms of like real estate. I'm like, where am I like playing soft? You know, like why am I not calling this guy? You know, like what are you scared of? Oh, the worst he can say is no.
Yeah,
and then you call him again a month later. So I don't know, man. I don't know where I was going with that, but I think that's kind of what I'm present to, man.
To go harder.
Yeah.
I mean, you can go harder. And what's funny is, I don't like smoke weed.
Yeah.
But like my dad does, right? Like he smokes weed like all day, every day. And I'm like, he's like, why don't you smoke? And I'm like, it's like there's like a million reasons why I don't smoke weed. And he was like, does it make you paranoid? And I'm like, yeah, like the most paranoid I could ever be in life as if I smoke weed. And he goes, well, what are you paranoid about? And I like and I like start telling him. He's like, that's what that drug is. It's to and then you got to go just chase what you're paranoid about. I'm not going to smoke weed to go chase my paranoias, right, and my fears. But like, what I thought about what he said, and this is a while ago. This is like several years ago. It's like when you're laying there at night and you get those like, it's just because you're not doing enough, right? You're not. You should have made that call. You should have done this. Guys like us. Like we go through that, like and then it could pile up. It compounds taxes and this and that and the other, and you're like, fuck. And then you wake up and you play defense all day because you didn't plan or whatever. But like going harder is like we can go very, very hard. I mean, to what you just said right there, you had more in you. Like I looked at Haley last night and was like we were standing up on the balcony and I was like, I'm about to go real hard, and I haven't gone hard in. Well, I was like, I've been going hard in a different way.
Yeah.
I was like, but now that we're in like, we have a consistent life and I know where I'm coming back. I know who's going to be here. I know where I'm going every day. I'm about to go really hard again.
But I think the going hard, and this is where my
Efficiency,
head's going,
though.
there's a balance to it.
It is.
There's a flow to it.
Yes.
It's like a football week. Like I don't play a game 7 days a week.
No.
There's a build up to it. You know, a Monday practice is a little bit slower. Tuesday practice really hard. Wednesday's a little tapered off. Thursday's tapered off. Friday's chill. Saturday we're all out.
Yeah.
Then we rest Sunday. We
Yeah.
rest. You know, like
it's
that's the way
it's a rhythm.
think,
yes.
Like it has to have a rhythm to it.
100%.
That's the lesson I'm in right now.
100%.
Because I've tried to go playing that game 7 days a
it's
week.
not about 12
Yep.
hours a day, 14 hours a day. That's
Yeah.
not the game anymore. It's
Yeah.
about being intentional with every minute of your time. Like you just got to take out
Yeah.
a couple things and you're constant, and you really just build a schedule.
For sure.
A very manageable, very doable schedule of like productive things, including your family.
No
Enjoy.
doubt. Yeah.
Right?
Because like what is it gain a man to gain the whole world but lose his soul? Mm-hmm. Like me getting financial success at the sacrifice of my family
No,
isn't
no,
acceptable.
no. Done.
You know?
Done.
And so me, like going back to the beginning of this, like 1% to me is when I lay my head down and I was like, I did my best today.
Yeah.
But that doesn't mean every day is equal.
No.
You know?
No.
But like on my rest day, I give my best today.
Yep.
And that to me is the different mindset.
Well, the rest days the hardest day.
Oh my gosh. Yeah. Like, you know how hard it is for me to not work on Mondays now? But like, I was like, no, I committed to this. So like,
Yeah.
I have to do this. Like, there's times I need to take phone calls. That
Yeah.
to me isn't working.
Yeah.
But like, you know, planning, anyways, I think that's like what I want to wrap this with. Is
Yeah.
just like, you know, what you're present to, what keeps coming up for you is meaning to be rectified. And to
Yeah.
me, that's what God is doing all the time. He's bringing these things up. He's bringing them to your attention. He's like knocking very nicely, quietly,
Yes.
until you finally wake up. And sometimes you get like the rock bottom is a blessing.
Fuck yeah, it is. Dude, I
Because
love rock bottom. I
that-
put myself there intentionally before.
Man, there. Yeah. I literally moved to LA to put myself at
Yeah.
rock bottom.
Yeah.
And guess what? I found myself there again.
Yeah.
But then that becomes a pattern. So like,
Yeah,
I guess for anyone listening, like start writing down your patterns. Start writing down what you're learning. Like, hey, what am I meant to learn from this? I'm in the same relationship over and over where there's a common denominator. It's you.
Yeah.
It's not anyone
always
else.
us.
So anyways, bro, 25
Appreciate
in.
you. Yes,
Appreciate you,
sir.
brother. See you, Time and Harvest, episode 25.
Peace out.
Peace.